Hello folks, hi everybody. Well, now this is very interesting stuff, or interesting about Godzilla movies and everything with Japan related stuff. You know, Godzilla is from Japan. Well, ever since 1956 in the US, Godzilla has been theatrically released. And then after that, you know, they were just keeping different names with Gigantus, the fire monster and all that stuff. But now this is a very interesting story with this epic proportion of a movie studio. Talking about The Exorcist back then, and talking about a bunch of American film and the industry, whatever it is. Well, what I'm talking about is Godzilla versus the devil. It seems kind of interesting, right? Yeah. Because nowadays, it is what it is. It is that it is, and actually, what the truth is like things are going to change. And talking about the revelation and how some Protestant groups bashes the Catholic Church, and that put it in this point right there. Put it in this point right there. The seven-head beast, or the seven-head monster. You know, yes, I heard it is biblically. There is a seven-headed monster right there. And this is where it relates with biblically, and this is where I could say this. Well, for the time of action, even though about the Japan Today magazine or whatever it is, even though there is a title, or there was an article about the Abbey visiting the Vatican. Well, it's just one further step of things to change. But these are real characters. I know that Protestantism is going to overtake Catholicism. This is just the first step in a way that how would this means fictional characters. Every Godzilla movie has a fictional character. So as you're talking about Godzilla versus the devil, you know, you could remember King Godora. King Godora, last scene was in Godzilla Final Wars. Godzilla Final Wars, and then call him Kaizen Godora. Yeah, but it is the monster may have 3 heads. Yeah, but 4 heads are going to be added because this is Mega Godora. You know, this is Mega Godora. So what it is that all this thing about the Illuminati, about the Masons or whatever it is, this is just control. But this is how it would be about Godzilla versus the devil. That Godzilla has to face a giant bird, a giant spider, and all that stuff. And the devil, you know, it is what it is. It is King Godora and Godzilla versus the devil. I mean, Mega Godora. It is controlled by a woman. A woman, you know, she is the leader of this thing about the magnificent beast in this kind of, you know, this kind of Mooney religion. Is his name Sun Guk or something like that? Probably a Korean name. Yeah, that'd be you know, like that she plays like the whore of Babylon, you know, and then she controls Mega Godora, you know, before King Godora becomes Mega Godora, you know. And what it is this is put like the Moonies and others become like the center of the you know, of the great whore. You know, this is going to biblically speaking about the great whore. What would this mean in this Godzilla versus the devil? Well, Godzilla, actually, you have the Antichrist. It will be some guy born in China. The Antichrist will be a Chinese man. He is a guy that he says that he is like the new coming of Christ, that the Christ is back again. He sends a second son in China. So what would be is that Godora will be God's great creature, that King Godora, or like Mega Godora, destroys the Vatican. After he destroys the Vatican, what Godzilla do is, everybody has survived. There's just a few survivors that have to repent for, jumping on the religious bandwagon. Godzilla comes out and destroys China, destroys Korea. Korea gets united, but Godzilla destroys Korea and nobody survives. And he destroys every path that's shown. And then this pope, a fictional pope, now it's played by a Japanese guy, he said that was God's punishment. Godzilla was sent by God, and that Godora is the devil's creature, and you get fooled by the Antichrist, And then this is where with Godzilla, comes and destroys, China and Korea, and that's what it is, because people were like, bashing. Well, they says that the Pope visits the Yasukuni Shrine in that movie, and then when he visits the Yasukuni Shrine, then these people goes berserk, and the Pope says you gotta respect and whatever the sins may follow, and this is not what it says in the Godzilla versus the Devil movie. So, as King Godora, before he became Mega Godora, it was encountered by this woman, and then they all knew about these things, and then this is where the people that are that convert into Protestantism and stuff, that they have been fooled, and then what they do is they trying to what Godora will do is they say was God's chosen creature, but the Pope says Godzilla is God's chosen creature. Anyway, that's what it is, where Godzilla attacks a giant spider, Godzilla attacks a giant bird, and all that stuff. It will be very interesting to know all this stuff. As, in a way, Godzilla versus the devil. In Godzilla versus the devil, it will be biblical proportions when King Godora attacks the Vatican. This is where what they have means, because these people get brainwashed by these fools. So this is the Christian story. The Antichrist being a Chinese guy, he is this guy that supports this woman that she controls or whatever, Godora, Mega Godora, that this creature's team was sent by God, and then that he is the God's second son. This Chinese guy, well, the Korean chick is the chick that plays the harlot of, the harlot, the great harlot, or the great hooker. So it would be like all this control and everything and else. King Godora destroys the Vatican, and they say that King Godora, these groups followed by that, even including the Mooney group that is called, and all this religious organizations going to follow and all that stuff. And then what it means is that the devil is present in there. The devil, even supported by the Masons, also King Godora is, or the Mega Godora. I mean, at the end, after Godzilla has destroyed, and a few survivors are in China and Korea. They have to repent, and because the Pope said that God sent Godzilla to destroy and repent. You know, to destroy and repent. That means what they left away, because the Pope went to the Yasukuni shrine, and they said something about it, and then at the end, Godzilla, you know, goes to the Vatican, and well, this woman says this monster's more powerful because, you know, they're getting out there, and then it says, who is your god? Your god is the demon, right? That was talking in there, but when Godora grows up with 7 heads, you know, from the 3 heads they got, 4 heads grow out, and Godzilla faces Megalodora. When he faces Megalodora, you know, it is all, but even though they're signed by angels, the angels will be some hot Japanese ladies in that movie to warn what is going on in the Vatican. So that's what it is. Godzilla comes, and they will say that a big lizard is passing out to Italy in Rome to fight Megalodora. You know, and that's how I show you this, how it looks like, and that's where, and then when Godzilla defeats Megalodora and this woman falls down in the pit of the fire, at the end, it will be amazing. The Megalodora gets defeated, and this woman with a Korean name that is known to be played as the Great Whore of Babylon, you know, the Great Whore, the Great Hooker, goes down in the fire, and then Godzilla saves the day, you know, and that's how the Godzilla vs. the Devil series end up, fighting other monsters, fighting other monsters, destroying China and Korea like crazy, with few survivors to repent. But the Pope said that God sent Godzilla because you need to repent for what they did, for following the falsehoods of the other people, or in other words, the Protestant that follow her, or you know, and that's it. And then Godzilla destroys Megalodora at the Vatican. You know, that will be the King Godora last battle will be in Godzilla vs. the Devil at the Vatican as Megalodora, the monster with 7 heads. You know, going biblically speaking, that follows could be biblically speaking. You know, with the Pope going to the Yasukuni shrine. You know, and that's how it is. I think Godzilla vs. the Devil would be great and would be awesome. That it shows that, you know, you need to respect others people's belief systems, and this is what it is. If the Pope someday goes to the Vatican, this movie, Godzilla vs. the Devil, is the main reason why it should be made. It has to be made. Goodbye and peace out and sayonara, everybody.